All right, good deal.
Okay. I want to introduce Michelle because, one of the things about Janet's group is that they have a little bracelet that says fearless and free. And Michelle is that person. She is fearless. And one of the reasons why I want to say that she's fearless is because she says yes. And I owning a hair salon, I can tell you that people come in, they sit, they complain. This is what's wrong with the country. I hate this, I hate that, this was going on. But I'll tell you, very few people will say, yes, let me take that on. Okay, let me take that on. And I've watched Michelle say yes to things and hop on. And, sometimes she has to hop off. But initially, she says yes to it. And so she has started all kinds of things, and then she has settled in with what really serves her best. And she's a great connector, this one, and she's a motivator, and she gets people connected. I love the fact right now she's working for a group, shoppatriot.com, and she's going to tell you about that. But again, Michelle is many things to us, and she has a wonderful massage therapy business, Healing Hands,
yes.
And she indeed heals our bodies for those of us who are clients of hers. But again, she's an amazing gal who says yes. And so here's my friend, Michelle.
Thank you, Hilda.
Yep.
I appreciate that very much.
Welcome.
I really do. Thank you for letting me be here.
Thank you for
evening.
coming here. We're so excited.
So shoppatriot.com was inspired and began with a gentleman that I started working with this year, actually. And I met him through another group called peoplesrights.org. It's like a 911 for patriots. And
we need that badly.
Yeah.
And basically what it is when there's a situation, adversity, a problem, somebody threatening you, you contact this group and people will show up to help in whatever capacity they can. And this gentleman by the name of Scott Cerconi, who owns T-Slanger, called out. He was being threatened by Antifa. He actually was physically assaulted by them. And he wanted to open his shop back up, and but he was concerned to do so, and so I answered the call, and I was the first one there, and for whatever capacity that would entail, and that's how
yes.
we met.
She said yes.
I said yes.
So Michelle, I want to interrupt you for a second. So was this like an
t-shirt
app on your phone, or how did you know that he needed help? What happened?
Peoplesrights.org was a group that I had joined the previous year, and there wasn't a lot going on. But what happened was he put out a distress signal
on a text.
On a text.
Text. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then it went out to the general area. And through that, I got it. I canceled my appointments and went out there to find out what was happening.
So he owns a T-shirt store in Cave Creek.
Cave Creek.
And Antifa people came in and started assaulting him.
Yes.
Okay. And Michelle showed up.
So through that situation,
were you the only one that showed up?
there were about half a dozen people that showed up about half an hour after
Nice.
I did, and it was wonderful. It was amazing to see the camaraderie and people willing to step up when, you don't know what you're going to walk into. Mm-hmm. You don't know what the possibilities are, but you are ready for whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. But that's how our relationship started, Scott and I. Then he hired me on, as he calls it, the bouncer of the store.
Yeah.
I smile a lot.
The friendly bouncer.
Right.
And I am very friendly, but I will not take any guff from anybody.
Nobody's going to follow her to the toilet.
No.
Cinema might be hiring you. Trying to
She
hire
might. I know cinemas, so that might be something that happens. But anyway, we have just through this year started creating all kinds of wonderful things. But one of the things that got created from our relationship was shoppatriot.com. Shoppatriot.com is a conservative website business. Or for businesses. And what's so incredible about it is that it's about us fighting together as businesses. Small businesses are under attack, and they are coming after us. And it's very important that we stand together as individuals, which we love to be, but as individuals, you can be picked off very easily. But when we unite together, we can become such a stronger force. And that's what this business is about.
That is such a wonderful idea. What if you don't have a business, though? You can still support?
Yes, absolutely. You can still sign up to be able to shop. The point is that people can shop. It would be like going on a website engine. I'm not going to give anybody credit for a website engine, but a website engine out there that you go on and you look for a specific business, like a hairstylist, or a plumber, a massage therapist, an attorney. You go on there and you look to see in those categories who is available.
Sweet.
You know that those people are like-minded. You know they're conservative. You know they're patriots. You also know that you're going to walk in and you're not going to be harassed about whether you are wearing a mask or not, whether or not you're being vaccinated. That is your personal choice. That is your personal option of what you want to do. But you're not going to be harassed by people in those businesses.
It's such a great idea. And then does it cost anything?
The cost is $32.99 per month, but we're not making any charges right now. Excuse me. Those charges are not going to be added on for a few months because we're just trying to get people involved in being on it.
And this is Arizona or
Arizona.
The local area? So
Yes.
anywhere in Arizona?
Anywhere in Arizona.
I think that's so
It's a great
wonderful.
idea. Yeah.
What if I just joined up? Can I join up as an individual? Like I have a little Mary Kay business, but it's not
Yes.
really an open shop. So I could do
Absolutely.
that.
Because we're promoting small businesses. We're promoting that option of being able to shop each other. We all need that revenue. We all need that help. And we all need that encouragement that there's more of us out there than what we're seeing.
That is fantastic. Okay, so we got one more segment left of the show. Do not go away because you see this is a show of dynamic patriotism, and you will not be sorry that you stay tuned. And take this time during the commercial break and tell your friends about us. You can always go back later if you missed any part of it and redo it. Okay, I'm Alice Lada here with...
Don Jorge, the lucky one, that's around the
Woohoo! What a guy, what a guy. Hilda Villaverde, Janet Poppy, and Michelle Mills. So we'll be right back for the Chips and Salsa show here on Central City Radio Talk Central Phoenix to guac on some more.
Walk on.
Yes, Talk Central Phoenix.
And now, back to more of the Chips and Salsa show.
So, which of the Latin countries are you from? The one with the Civil War, the one with the cocaine, or the one with the fancy hats?
We are back. I can't believe it. George, it's the last segment. I'm Alice Lara here with
Don Jorge,
Via Lacran.
Yeah, la gran.
You are watching.
the luckiest host on radio.
Woohoo! You're watching and listening to the Chips and Salsa Show. We're here every Tuesday at 4 p.m. We're on the Central City Radio app. If you don't have that downloaded, do it now, okay? We have some great guests. We're going to get right back to them in just a moment, but I don't want to forget to tell you that next Wednesday on the 13th, my women's club, Greater Phoenix Republican Women, is going to be fantastic. We're going to have James T. Harris. I know you're going to go because you're...
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
James,
We'll be there.
yeah, James T. Harris, KFYI talk show host, and he will be interviewing Congressman Andy Biggs. So if you'd like to go, you can go to the Facebook site, Greater Phoenix Republican Women, and sign up. I will tell you, members get first dibs, so, hopefully you can get in because we do have a limited number that can be there. And that's going to be Wednesday. It's our dinner meeting. You get there at 5:30, starts about 6:15, and that's on Central and Thomas. It's the Embassy Hilton Suites. And then also, I wanted to just briefly talk about, let's see, did I say that? Yeah, next week. Next week we're going to have, did you want to say something?
I just want to mention that Hilda had mentioned that she's in a women's club, and this is kind of the same thing. And I challenge you to go to this one. It's the Phoenix Women's Club, and really the reason I do this is because of the women involved. Alice and the other women involved have been doing this for years, and they're so passionate about the candidates to come up on and
Sure.
The Republican Party. It's the Central Women's Republican.
Greater Phoenix Republican Women.
Yeah, and it's.
We used to be Central, so.
I'm a quack there. So the men are auxiliary members. So I'm an auxiliary member, and this not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, the dinner that we're having with James C. Harris and
Interviewing Congressman Andy Biggs.
and Andy Gibbs. It's
Andy
a really,
Biggs.
really
The Beach, not the Bee Gees. Andy
well,
Biggs.
Andy Biggs. Anyway, it's going to
You
be
can
a great,
tell by the way he uses stuff.
it's going to be a great dinner, and it's going to be a great dinner.
Staying
And,
alive.
just James C. Harris alone being there would be a great dinner. Not with.
I'll talk to Michelle and Janet
Right.
about it, and it's
And I
okay.
think you girls
right.
would love it.
Right.
so
And there are a lot of Republican women's clubs there. Go to azfrw.com and you'll see the whole list, and you can join up, and we'd love to have
Sounds
you
like
as a
your
guest.
women's.
My women's group is big.
What's
We're-
the name? Which club do you belong
Palo
to?
Verde.
Palo
Palo Verde,
Verde.
the Republican
They're
Women's
all
Club
great.
in Scottsdale. We went from 148 women to this year 333 women. We are
Salute.
just moving. These women are getting into action.
And
Salute.
many of them are part of our.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. We're
So-
all sharing.
can't say-
We're sharing the love.
We cannot say enough about that. I want to let you know, next week we're going to have another great show. Moses Sanchez is going to be on. He's running for Phoenix City Council, okay? And that's like, he lives in the Ahwatukee area. He's always a great guest. And also Mayra Rodriguez. Do you know who that is?
No.
Mayra Rodriguez. She is a former Planned Parenthood person. And she was going to bust a doctor for not doing his job, and it's a fantastic story. Now she's not. Now she's on our side, and she is terrific. She lives in the Valley now.
Right.
I have a new name for Planned Parenthood:
What is it?
Banned Parenthood.
Yeah.
I think we should call it that. All right, so let's get to the rest of the show, because man, we're running out of time. You guys, you got to come back. You got to
Right.
come back.
We'll
Absolutely.
We'll come back. Okay.
Okay, so let's start with Janet. Janet, tell us again information. What's coming up? You got an event coming up? Give us all that information.
We do have a few events coming up. We're actually partnering on, there's a sort of a Back the Blue movie that's coming.
wonderful.
And if you go to azwomenofaction.com and sign up to get our email, you'll start to see all the events that are happening. We also are putting together kind of some local Back the Blue things that you can do to support your local police officers.
Yep.
And we also have a Freedom from Human Trafficking team. So we're doing a lot of work partnering with the Phoenix Dream Center. They do fantastic work to help those in recovery that they've recovered from child sex trafficking, and they help them rehabilitate, and they're wonderful. So we have a lot of volunteer opportunities that we do directly with them as well as just education about why is child sex trafficking such an important thing, especially in Arizona. Arizona is kind of a gateway. We're kind of that transport center because we're close to the border. We've got a lot of people coming across. We have trains, planes, automobiles. They put them in them, take them to different states, countries, and these kids are gone. So we really need to warn people about how this happens, and especially online. In this last year with COVID, everybody's been online, and that's where a lot of this grooming happens. So anyway, there are a lot of things you can come and learn about, but please come join azwomenofaction.com. Sign up for our information. We'd love to have you.
That's great. I encourage everybody to do that, and I'm glad you're doing the sex trafficking. We had, I think it was Urban Conservative, Lauren Johnson. I hope I have that name right. And they had done something recently too, and he talked about how we think, oh, it doesn't really affect me. Yeah, it can. If you have kids,
Absolutely.
relatives,
Right next
they can go after them, and they just lure them in, like you say, with social media. So fantastic. Glad you're doing that. Oh, okay. Michelle, you got events coming up or anything that you want to say, or just give out that information again? This is such a great organization, man. Every Patriot company business needs to be a member.
Absolutely. It's just vital, again, that we gather together, we join together, we support each other with our monies, with our time, with the events that people put on, and also the fact that if something does arise, we can call on each other and be out there to protect each other. Because that's where we are at this point, and this is where we should have always been. Yeah. We've gotten away from this, and it's wonderful in the aspect that we're getting back to that. So I relish in that part of that. I do put on rallies as well. for our group. So the next rally will be in November, and we're hoping to do some meet the candidates at that time. So that's TBA. To be announced.
There you go. Yeah, and
Location and
Yeah, let us know, because we'll definitely put it on our show and blast it out. For you.
And Michelle's rallies are a lot of fun. I've been to them. They're wonderful.
Oh, great.
that's important. You know, that's the thing. Conservatives, we have fun. We are joyful, happy people.
yes.
A lot of times there's a lot of unpleasantness, I'll say. I mean, I'm being pretty nice here, pretty generous on the other side. And did you guys see that Jim Brewer thing that came out recently? He's a very popular comedian. And he said he wasn't going to do some of these shows. Or, he's a big famous guy. He says, because they were requiring, the venue was requiring a V certificate.
Yes.
And he goes, I don't care if I have to play backyards. I won't do that. And he talked about how we need joy. He said, I was blessed with this talent to make people laugh. And, and you could just see it every time we have guests. Look at this. We're happy people. We've got a wonderful country to restore.
Amen. Amen.
So I'm just, it's great to have you all here. George, I've monopolized all these women here. I should give you the microphone. Here you go, buddy.
I'm amazed. I mean, when I'm amazed, I'm amazed. These women are fantastic. I am blessed to be by such
Julian, help us out here.
active women in politics, active women in the Republican Party. That's what we want to see. We want to see this countywide. We want to see all women, Republican women, conservative women, getting together and being part of the movement. And everywhere I'm going to meetings, at LD meetings, certain meetings that they've had, and every time I'm watching since the election a new invigoration of these people attending these meetings. They want to get involved. They want to be part of something. And this is fantastic to see Hilda involved like she is. And these beautiful women. And Alice has always been involved. And it's just, I'm watching something that is fantastic. And that's why I'm not talking, but I'm amazed.
Thank you, George. Thank you, Chipsters, for tuning in today. It's been a great show. You can watch this again, rewatch it. Please support us. We're going to have these ladies back because there's just so much to talk about. We could do a show with each one of them. Absolutely. Okay. We have
Hilda Villaverde.
author, writer, business owner, political activist,
Networker,
yes. And also,
Janet Poppy,
and she is with,
Arizona Women of Action.
and Michelle Mills.
Michelle Mills. ShopPatriot.com.
And she will let us know when the rally is, so we will go to
Yes,
that
And
rally.
we will go there. I'm Alice Lara here with.
Don Jorge.
Join us again for the Chips and Salsa Show next Tuesday at 4 p.m. here on Central City Radio, Talk Central Phoenix. Thank you. Keep praying, keep fighting. Love you. Guacan.
Bye.
What you need to know. This is Talk Central, a Central City Radio.